Right. So starting off with
Just check that.
is the screen visible? Can someone confirm?
Can someone confirm on the text that the screen is visible?
Please send a text. Chat.
Check.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So starting off with the volumes for the total market for fiscal year 24-25, half year ended July 24 to December 24. So the total market stood at 89,000, which was a 41% increase from same period last year, when the market stood at 63,000. If we compare it to fiscal year 22-23, the total market stood at 104,000, which was a 39% decline for fiscal year 23-24. If you talk about volume growth, so Toyota volume growth was 74% in the total market as compared to last year. Right, moving on, this is the summary of what I just explained. So in this, it's clearly visible that the 41% increase in the market mostly relates to the CKD market, which is a 55% increase from 46,000 to 72,000 approximately. The used cars are almost at the same trend as last year with 17,000 vehicles till half year. Next. Right, moving on to segment-wise breakup. So in segment-wise, 26% increase in passenger categories and 68% increase in commercial vehicles. If you talk about passenger category, so 34% increase was in economy segment. The hatchback segment remained stagnant, and there was a 37% increase in the sedan segment. In the commercial segments, so all segments had seen a massive increase, and that is reflected in the 68%. Moving on to used car import trend. For fiscal year 25, 17,170 vehicles have been imported for the half year, and we foresee that this trend will continue and it will surpass the figures of 38,561 in fiscal year 24. That's all. Moving on to financials.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Start off with the highlights for the half year, the fiscal information. And the net sales for the half year ended has increased almost around 67% to around 85 billion as against last year. And owing to the increase in net sales, profit after tax also been increased significantly and landed at around 9.96 billion as against 4.96 last year. The increase in turnover is mainly on account of higher volumes of CKD as well as CBU sales and parts sales as well. The company's overall positive results have also been contributed by the lower input costs, which was mainly due to the favorable exchange rates, and then obviously cost reduction measures, including cost optimization initiatives and increased localization efforts. Secondly, the profitability has also been positive on account of other income, which is only on account of increased returns from deposits and investments. During the period from July 24, we have launched Yaris facelift model, which has been widely accepted, which has already been explained in terms of the volumes. Owing to the profitability, the board of directors have declared second interim cash dividend of around 37 rupees, making 37 rupees for the quarter. Coming to the numbers, as you can see that owing to the higher sales number, the production has also been increased as compared to last year, and same resulted in higher turnover. Gross profit is also significantly higher, mainly on account of higher volumes as well as lower cost on account of lower imported costs. Then other income is also significantly higher as compared to last year, which is mainly on account of higher fund size of the company, which resulted in higher other income as compared to last year. So on an overall basis, we are higher by around 123% in PBT from 7 billion to around 16 billion this year. One of the key factors which affects our cost, as you can see, is the USD PKR parity and JPY PKR parity. Here you can see the dollar has been fairly stable around this half year, while last year it was significantly higher. Next. In terms of JPY, you can see in the second quarter, the JPY has been fairly positive as compared to the last quarter, which resulted into positive GP margins. Coming to the business outlook and challenges, as you can see that the economic economy has partially recovered and now basically mainly stable down. And the improvement around was also on account of supported by the IMF program being continued and certain structural reforms are ongoing. So on an overall basis, the economy has been stable and slight growth is being expected in this fiscal year. The automobile sector continues to advocate for policy measures to be made so as to contribute towards the growth of the sector, which supports the local vehicle and parts manufacturing, which not only creates job creation but also gives additional revenue to the government. Our recommendations mainly include the lifting of restrictions on auto financing with the limits of around 3 million and other restrictions being placed for auto financing, and rationalizing the depreciation rate for on imported used cars, which still are the imports are increasing mainly on account of lower duties and taxes as compared to the local manufacturing, which are paying higher taxes. So therefore, we recommend that depreciation rates on imported cars should be rationalized. And duty and tax relief should also be given for direct and indirect vehicle exports, so as that vehicle exports can be are feasible and can be done across Pakistan. The fourth, we want that the vehicle taxes and duties are significantly higher and these should be reduced and rationalized so that they are come to the affordability of the consumers. So accordingly, we request the government to reduce the duties and taxes on vehicles so that it's has equilibrium as compared to the other sectors, especially for used cars, and also contribute towards the overall economy. The interest rate, government has taken certain measures which are positive, which is in terms of one of the five major factors is the interest rate reduction, which has resulted in slightly affordable consumer financing and increase the demand as well. So we see there is already there is an increase in OEMs sales volumes in the first quarter of the calendar year and may continue slightly due to this lower interest rates and positive economy factors. So in the long term, we say that the economic and the growth will depend on the economic conditions and future interest rates. So this is the overall. Thank you. Now we can have the questions. If you can raise your hand so that we can ask the questions. So he'll type.
Ji, Assalamualaikum. Sir, first of all, congratulations on a great set of results. I just have one question. When we look at your gross margins and operating margins, they're at a multi-year high. I think these numbers are not too far off from what we saw in 2015, 16, 17. At that time, you were selling about 60, 65,000 cars. You're selling about half right now. So I just want to get some, if you can give some color on how you able to achieve this.
So thank you for your question. Yes, Alhamdulillah, our margins are high. There have been several factors on this increase in margins. Some are windfall and some are sustainable. In the sustainable one, there's major cost reduction activities that has been done. As Arif also explained, there's been localization that has kicked in. Fixed cost has been reduced. On several years, we have been investing into green energy to reduce our utility costs. 25% of our energy cost comes through solar. So that is a reduction. Then if you see on the margin side, so these are the sustainable ones. The unsustainable ones, or I would say windfalls, were the exchange rate. Yen was during this period was favorable, where yen was weak. Dollar rupee has been also been, Thai baht has also been weak. So these are few reasons where we could see good margins in the first half year of 2020 of fiscal year of 2024-25.
And with the currency stabilizing, do you expect what do you expect margins to be in the second half?
The currency stabilizing, we don't know, because currency in the last 6 months, already we have seen a 1.5% depreciation. So which was at 277, it's now at 280, 285, 281. So that's one. I can't predict the yen and Thai baht and all these, because if I could have a good prediction, I would have been in that business and not in this business. So those currency fluctuations, we don't know, we can't predict. Rupee dollar, let's see if it's stable. I think we should be able to have some windfall there also.
Akbar Qurani, please.
This is Abrar Kolani from RA Coil Limited. So first of all, congratulations on great set of results. Actually, I have a couple of questions. Firstly, my question is regarding the jack trucks. So we have seen that the jack has been launched and the price has been, quite low as compared to what.
Your voice is not clear. आपकी आवाज नहीं समझ आ रही कुछ भी. We can't hear you.
Just a second.
You're not clear. Your voice में echo है. We'll take somebody else's question. उसके पहले फिर आप प्लीज ना माइक सही कर लें.
Usama नहीं.
Usama नहीं.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। अच्छा, आई हैड अ कपल ऑफ क्वेश्चंस। फर्स्टली तो मेरा ये पूछना था कि हाइब्रिड सेगमेंट में आप लोग के प्लान्स हैं कोई और गाड़ी लॉन्च करने के, स्पेशली करोला। और सेकंड क्वेश्चन ये था कि हमने जैसे ओवरऑल इंपोर्ट या यूज मार्केट में देखा है कि एक्वा और प्रियस को काफ़ी वार्म वेलकम मिला है पाकिस्तान में, तो उस सेगमेंट की गाड़ियों को लॉन्च करने का कोई प्लान रखती है कंपनी? थर्डली, जो ऑटो पॉलिसी के अंडर आप लोग का
एक एक करके भाई, इतने क्वेश्चन याद नहीं रहते. तो पहला आपका
चलें,
क्वेश्चन
sure.
था कि हाइब्रिड बिल्कुल हमारे प्लान्स हैं, बट क्लियरली वो प्लान्स तो हम यहाँ नहीं डिस्क्लोज करेंगे. सो वी कीप ऑन हैविंग प्लान्स, वी कीप ऑन हैविंग डिस्कशंस, दोज आर देयर. We are, as you've seen, we are the first to adapt to innovations. We were the first to bring hybrid technology in Pakistan, उसको proper manufacture करके, but whatever we bring, we make sure that it's sustainable. So that is the answer to your first question. The second question आपने I think कुछ कहा कि यूज गाड़ियों में एक्वा आ रही है, यही कहा आपने? म्यूट करें ना. Usama, can you please repeat your? किसी और के हवाले करके बैठ गए तुम लोग.
जी, सेकंड क्वेश्चन मेरा ये था कि हमने देखा है कि करोला टोयोटा के उसमें एक्वा और प्रियस को काफी अच्छा पाकिस्तान की मार्केट में
आप या
वेलकम
तो
किया
फोन पे कर लें या मीटिंग में कर लें ना. हाँ, बट नहीं कंट्रोल हो रहा ना. आप वहां पे ध्यान देते प्लीज, वरना आप हमारी किसी टीम को कहने वो कर लेंगे. मीटिंग चल रही है ना. जी प्लीज कंटिन्यू करें.
जी, मैं कह रहा था कि पाकिस्तान की मार्केट में प्रियस और एक्वा को काफी अच्छा वो मिलता है रिस्पांस, तो इस टाइप की कोई गाड़ी लॉन्च करने का या प्लान है? ये हाइब्रिड से रिलेटेड ही था,
Again,
पहले
as
के
we
सवाल
said ना,
से
we have
या
to see the segment, और segment को देखते हुए अब ये जो segment अगर आप प्रियस का कह रहे हैं तो प्रियस इज अ सी सेगमेंट का. अब सी सेगमेंट के अंदर हम करोला क्रॉस ले आए हैं. एक्वा जो है वो बी सेगमेंट की गाड़ी है, तो हम ये देखेंगे कि whether it should be Aqua, whether it should be some other vehicle of the B segment. It could be a Yaris, it could be, so वो एग्जैक्ट मॉडल तो नहीं, लेकिन उसके ऊपर स्टडीज चल रहे होते हैं उस सेगमेंट की कौन सी गाड़ी पाकिस्तान के लिए सूटेबल है.
अच्छा, मेरा
But-
लास्ट क्वेश्चन ये था कि ऑटो पॉलिसी 21-26 के अंडर जो आप लोग का एक एक्सपोर्ट टारगेट है, अगर उसमें आप नंबर बता सकें कि कितना आपका टारगेट क्या था, और इफ वो टारगेट मीट नहीं होता तो कोई इंपोर्ट पे रिस्ट्रिक्शंस वगैरह आपको लग रहा है कि आप लोग को फेस करनी पड़ेंगी?
लेकिन 21-26 के अंदर जो पॉलिसी है उसमें एक्सपोर्ट टारगेट है, एंड दोज आर वॉलंटरी टारगेट्स. सो द पॉलिसी इज क्लियरली डिफाइंस, आई थिंक वो 2, 4, 7, 10% का कुछ टारगेट्स है जो वो वॉलंटरी. और बिकॉज दिस पॉलिसी वॉज डिस्कस विद अस एंड वी वर पार्ट ऑफ द पॉलिसी मेकिंग, आई क्लियरली रिमेम्बर. फिर गवर्नमेंट ने आई डोंट नो किस, आई थिंक 2023 में जाके एक एसआरओ पास करके इसको मैंडेटरी किया, जिसके ऊपर द इंडस्ट्री एंड द गवर्नमेंट आर इन डिस्कशंस बिकॉज इट कैन नॉट बी मैंडेटरी. सो ये एक डिबेट चल रही है. आई थिंक द होल इंडस्ट्री हैज रिक्वेस्टेड कि यू कांट मेक इट मैंडेटरी. हाउएवर द होल इंडस्ट्री इज वर्किंग ऑन एक्सपोर्ट्स. सो ना कि फिर हम कर रहे हैं, यू वुड हैव seen कि some other people also working. Parallel, if I can talk about us, we have started some vehicle exports, we have started some parts exports, we have done manpower exports, and there are 3 or 4 other line items जिसके ऊपर हम discussions कर रहे हैं. बहरहाल एक 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 इम्पॉर्टेंट ब्रेक थ्रू ये भी नजर आ रहा है कि जो every crisis becomes an opportunity. We could see bulletproof vehicles started being exported from Pakistan. So उसके ऊपर भी कुछ काम हो रहा है, not by us. We don't make bulletproof cars, लेकिन जो bulletproof cars टोयोटा की गाड़ियों को bulletproof कर रहे हैं वो अब उसको export को भी देख रहे हैं. So there are many opportunities there. Our target जो है वो हमने ना agree किया है, वो voluntary है, तो उसके ऊपर बात करना बेकार है. हाँ, the second question के can government stop? I think government has stopped and we are into discussion with government and hopefully इस तरह की कोई चीज नहीं होगी.
ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच.
Okay, Abrar Polani, please.
हाँ, ऑडिबल ना?
Yes.
मेरा सवाल था रिगार्डिंग दी ट्रक्स. तो जैक की जो प्राइस है दैट लाइक अराउंड 9 मिलियन ना, और आपकी जो प्राइस है वो तकरीबन हाइलक्स की प्राइस 1 करोड़ 40 लाख है. तो ये प्राइस जो डिफरेंस है, आई थिंक कि अगर हम देखें ना करोला क्रॉस के सिनेरियो में, तो एट दैट टाइम जब साजगार आई उसके बाद जब क्रॉस आई, तो व्हाट वी सीन की क्रॉस में आप लोगों ने थोड़ी सी प्राइस कट की टू गेन द मार्केट शेयर, और एंड दैट वाज क्वाइट सक्सेसफुल. सो आर वी एक्सपेक्टिंग कि इस सिनेरियो में भी कुछ ऐसा होगा कि प्राइस कट्स वगैरह होंगी?
No reduction whatsoever, keeping Jack in mind. Yes, please, sir. Question. Yes, please.
Take Mustafa.
वीडियो क्यों बंद किया हुआ है? हाँ, देखो रीजन से वीडियो अपना वीडियो बंद किया हुआ है.
जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
अभी इनका बेहतर.
जी, am I audible?
कैमरा.
Yes, you are. Please.
जी, how are you? जी, I just wanted to ask about Corolla Cross. आप लोगों ने उस पर डिस्काउंट दिया था. How is it faring with the competition, and what is the latest situation on Cross numbers and the market going forward?
Again, it wasn't there is uh, you won't call it a discount. So there are campaigns tactical campaigns that are done on several reasons where you see it was a big occasion for us of having a 1 year hybrid manufacturing in Pakistan. So we were also requested by our principals to celebrate it in Pakistan. तो वो celebration या तो ये होता कि हम केक काट लेते, okay, और उसकी एक वीडियो बना के लगा देते. The other thing is that when we celebrate, okay, the effect goes in the market, also goes to our principal. तो बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स होते हैं चीज़ों को करने के लिए. तो एक तो वो it wasn't a discounting, it was a campaign that we did. Second, Corolla Cross is doing well. The overall segment is very busy, so the consumer has many options. Is the most busy segment of automobile in Pakistan. तो उसमें कंपटीशन है. हमारे कंपेटिटिव डिस्काउंटिंग करते रहते हैं, तो हम जो है फिर वी डोंट डू डिस्काउंटिंग, बट वी कम अप अगर कोई इस तरह का ओकेजन होगा तो वी कम अप विद द कैंपेन, बट वी डोंट इंटेंड टू डू एनी डिस्काउंटिंग ऑन आवर कार्स.
Thank you.
KSV, kindly ask your question, please. There's no one, so we can have the chat. Any questions from the chat?
Yeah. How do you account for warranty obligation? By
Why was warranty changes in this current period?
Why was the warranty
Chargeless.
chargeless?
Lowerless. It's
In,
lower.
in this quarter, why was
Warranty
it?
expense is lower. Yes, so for the warranty expense, in the last year, we had certain uh, anticipation of some claims, which was accounted for, which is not there in the current year. That's why the warranty expense is less.
In this, is there any issue in LC opening? No, there is no issue right now.
Stock split.
Are there any
Buyback.
plans to stop split or buyback?
अभी देखिए ये जो split और buyback की बात है, there is nothing on the table. Launching of Jack की तो बात हो गई, हमने दे दिया.
ठीक है.
आगे
Come down, please.
of the
With the increasing competition within SUV segments such as introduction of EVs by BYD, how does Indus Motor look forward to mitigate the competitive risk considering Corolla Cross and Fortuner currently stand at a higher price point venue versus BYD?
देखिए BYD is a global company. It's a very serious player, and there will be various strategies that will be put into place. But you see, if in case of EV and the cars, they are really good. So it is not only a competition to us; it's a competition to the whole market, and we should respect the competition, and we should start changing our requirements according to competition, and we are there. We've been there 35 years, and we are there to stick around. So inshallah, we'll do things which will protect our market share.
Next is any plans to launch hybrid sedan in Pakistan already
बात हो गई
answered.
है. Please comment on.
Sales mix differently RST.
देखिए यारिस में on sales mix, I think the highest is 1.3.
GLI CVT. We have 1.3 offering and 1.5 offering in Yaris. And right now, our major selling variant is GLI CVT, which is accepted and run in most of the corporates and banks.
Okay, then have the new hybrids eaten into gross market share?
And the new hybrids.
Eaten into gross market share.
The thing is, it's you can't say what has eaten into what share because all of them have come together, right? So nobody had actually made a market share completely because हर गाड़ी जो थी वो 3 और 6 महीने में आती रही है. So you can't say who's eaten, but there is a market share. Like if we are 20-25%, the Koreans are 20-25%, Chinese are. So ये इस तरह से market share और हर महीने market share change हो जाता है according to different companies campaigns or discounting that is being offered.
And you have roughly 86 million cash on your balance. Do you have any plans related to introduction of new variants or capex related to assembly line?
जी बिल्कुल, as we said that there are various plans that are there. Obviously, we will not be disclosing it here. These are confidential plans, and that's why obviously we have enough money there to make sure that our capex requirements are catered for.
Then any comments on current bookings being delayed, mainly Yaris?
No, Yaris is available. I think it is available in April. So the bookings are available and anyone can go and book the vessel.
देखिए अभी ये यारिस आप this again is a phenomena कि as रब साहब ने बताया कि it's available in April. The reason is कि we are in रमजान के अंदर working hours कम हो जाते हैं तो production थोड़ी कम हो जाती है वरना like February में it was available in February. Only March also the first 5-7 days it was available. Now because of the production issues it's moved in April, so it's like less than 30 days में गाड़ी सारी available.
Okay. Then again, question on Jack T9 and that's been addressed. How do you plan to deal with Chinese and Korean companies? Will it make your business less profitable?
देखिए अब ये वो सवाल का जवाब तो आई थिंक अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आई थिंक रिजल्ट दिखा रहे हैं लेकिन as I said कि Chinese or Koreans have been there in the last 5 years They are all very respectable and global players. And as we said that we've also been there in the market for 35 years and we are there to stay. So we've seen that, okay, they've been there, we've lost some market share, but we were agile, we did some other activities and maintained our profitability, our survival, right? So we'll continue that. Competition will come. Competition के आने से हमेशा फायदा ही होता है. Market, it increases the market size. Well, unfortunately, हमारे यहाँ भी market size increase नहीं है, but hopefully the market size will also increase. And actually, I would say we have gained the most from all this competition because when these competitions came, the consumer started comparing our quality with other quality of the products, and they have started comparing our service to others. So these are our advantages, I think, where the consumer thinks that our quality is better, our service is better, our product is better. So hopefully, as I said, competition is always good news.
Then what is the current localization and what localization ratio do you target in coming years?
Yeah, the current localization, as said, the passenger cars that we have, it's more than 60-65%. And for the IMV, which हम Fortuner और Revo जो है, उसके अंदर it's around 40-45% localization. The difference in localization is because of the volumes. So वहाँ पे volume कम है, यहाँ पे Corolla Yaris और Corolla Cross में volume ज़्यादा है. And continue of localization is a continuous process. And as I said, the results show that we are constantly reducing our cost to improve right now our margins and then for future to sustain.
Then how many units does the company target to sell in FY26 as against the capacity around 66,000?
Okay, right now our capacity is 76,000. So it's not 66,000. 76,000 is the capacity, and with overtime we can produce 90,000 units. However, keeping the market situation in mind, what we have done is we have moved to single shift now. So in single shift, our capacity becomes 38,000 units, and we can, with overtime, we can produce 45,000 units. So for the time being, I think with overtime, we are able to produce with the single shift. But if the market requires double shift, it will take us about 3 to 6 months to gear up for double shift. So whenever the requirement is there for double shift, we'll move to the double shift. But right now, with single shift, we are okay. And I think your question to get 26, if the market is there, we will want to keep our market share, increase our market share there. So if we work on single shift, I think you should see that 40,000 units we'll be able to produce and sell.
Okay, then are there any positive developments in respect of 3 million financing cap? No, right. Auto financing. Right now, there is no update on that. Is there any impact on Vigo booking and sales after launch? It's already been addressed to Project T9. Then it's
After Jack 9, our demand and bookings have increased for you.
It took you a lot of time to set up cross hybrid plant, but your competition has introduced hybrids in less time.
Yes, you're absolutely right. इसीलिए हम कहते हैं कि we are the only manufacturers of hybrid in Pakistan. Everybody else is assembling. Assemble करके अगर सारे parts बाहर से मंगवाने हैं और पाकिस्तान में कोई चीज localize नहीं करनी है तो हम भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन that's not our DNA. We want to contribute in Pakistan. We are a national company. So we made sure that the vehicle is more than 50-55% localized, and then only we introduce. And when you have to do localization, you have to make molds, you have to have tools, you have to make sure every part is tested, and then it's localized. There's a planning required for localization.
Okay. Last question, what are the margins on Corolla Cross, and do you plan to launch hybrid in sedan? It already been answered.
All right. So if no other questions, देखिए बताओ किसी का हाथ तो नहीं उठा, वरना we can.
There is an
Okay.
जी थैंक यू दोबारा माइक अनम्यूट करने के लिए। जब पहले तो मेरा सवाल ये था कि मार्केट आउटलुक के बारे में कि फर्स्ट 8 मंथ्स ऑफ फिस्कल ईयर 25 हमने देखा है कि पैसेंजर कार्स इन एलसीवी में तकरीबन 50% का ईयर ऑन ईयर ग्रोथ थी, लेकिन उसकी एक मेजर वजह तो लास्ट ईयर की लो बेस होना थी जब मेजॉरिटी ओईएम्स के प्लांट शट डाउन थे। तो मूविंग फॉरवर्ड जो अब महीने रह गए उसमें आप कैसी डिमांड देख रहे हैं?
जी. Mashallah, we have seen a recovery in the market, and the reason is, of course, the consumer sentiments are better. Consumer confidence has gone up. The interest rates have gone down. Last year, तकरीबन first half में 22% था interest rate, जो तकरीबन 12% पे आ गया. That's why the cash flow situation has improved. So we foresee that in coming months as well, we'll see strong growth in the market, and that's our analysis at the moment.
ठीक है। अच्छा सर, लास्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा ये था कि जो एनईवी पॉलिसी से रिलेटेड डिस्कशंस हुई थी गवर्नमेंट और स्टेक होल्डर्स के दरमियान, तो इसके ऊपर अगर आप थोड़ी सी डिटेल दे सकें कि उसमें इतना पॉज वगैरह आ गया तो कुछ वो, और जैसे प्रीवियसली पॉलिसीज आई तो पहली में लोकलाइजेशन के ऊपर काफ़ी एफर्ट्स थे, सेकंड पे एक्सपोर्ट बेस्ड था, तो इसका कोई स्पेसिफिक गोल जो अब पॉलिसी आ रही है इस पर अगर डिस्कस कर सकें।
Policy पे कुछ है? Electric policy.
इलेक्ट्रिक पॉलिसी अभी आई थिंक गवर्नमेंट ने अनाउंस नहीं की है. They have had they've not been able to finalize it. We also waiting. तो जब आ जाए तो पता चलेगा, क्योंकि आई थिंक वो I've also heard from media, I don't know, that they took it to IMF and IMF rejected it. But these are all media news. We've not been क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल की पॉलिसी गवर्नमेंट वांटेड टू, उन्होंने फर्स्ट डिस्कस किया था, उसके बाद माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज इट्स स्टिल अंडर अप्रूवल.
नहीं तो सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, बट एनईवी पॉलिसीज में तो हाइब्रिड व्हीकल्स भी आती हैं, तो आप लोग स्टेक होल्डर्स नहीं होंगे इस डिस्कशन के बीच में?
नहीं, मैं आपको कहा ना कि जो पॉलिसी थी वो सबसे डिस्कस उन्होंने की थी, एक ओपिनियन लिया था, उसके बाद द गवर्नमेंट हैव नॉट फाइनलाइज एनी पॉलिसी. बिल्कुल लिया था, उन्होंने पूछा था तो हमने उनको कहा था कि अगर आपने इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल पॉलिसी अनाउंस करनी है तो आप सिर्फ इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल पॉलिसी अनाउंस करें, और अगर आपने एक्सईवी पॉलिसी अनाउंस करनी है तो फिर आप हाइब्रिड और प्लग इन हाइब्रिड को भी शामिल करें. अब उसके बाद द गवर्नमेंट हैव नॉट फाइनलाइज इट.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
थैंक यू
we
जी,
close this.
सबको रमजान मुबारक एंड हैव अ ब्लेस्ड वन. थैंक यू एवरीवन.
Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz.
मुझे ब्रेकअप बताओ ना, क्या क्या आता है.